and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. We have a great news program today. I'm Daniel Pineda.
I'm Shamiso Malpandera.
My name's Adele Quo.
Like I said, we have a great program today, Shamiso. We have our news stories, Adele, and
It's easy being green.
And we can't forget our CBB stories, right, Shamiso?
Right, and after CBB, we've got our seniors as usual, and Miriam Gennari is interviewing Mike from the Outdoor Lab.
Ooh, sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds like a great program today. And just a reminder, you can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. And on to our first news story for tonight. Retired Arlington County Board member Walter Tejada has a new prominent posting. He will join the Washington Airports Authority Board of Directors. The Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority, or MWAA, has an extensive portfolio. It operates Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, Washington Dulles International Airport, the Dulles Airport Access Highway, and the Dulles Toll Road. It also manages construction of Metro's Silver Line project. Tejada is a former member, vice chairman, and chairman of the Arlington County Board. Other accomplishments include first chairman of the Virginia Latino Advisory Commission, a member of the Governor's Urban Policy Task Force, and the Immigrant Rights Coalition of Greater Washington. Tejada is currently the president of the Virginia Latino Leaders Council. Shamiso.
Well, if you're in the tourism industry, then you have a reason to celebrate. Arlington's hotel tax was increased by the county board. The transient occupancy tax rate is increasing by 0.25%. The money will be used to increase the county's tourism promotion budget for fiscal year 2017. It will be increased by about $1.25 million. The county has been working to reach this tax hike for years now, and they already know exactly what they'll do with it. The money will be used to cover sales, public relations, and marketing activities, including a new Stay Arlington website, support for domestic and international travel and trade organizations, consumers and media activities, and 2 limited-term staff positions. Daniel?
Very exciting, yes.
Yeah.
And the county may get a fancy new fire station in the same location as an existing one. The county government wanted to move fire station number 8 from its current location on Lee Highway to Old Dominion Drive and the 26th Street North. Many residents in the Halls Hill and Highview Park neighborhoods opposed the move. They were concerned about extended emergency response times, and it felt it was important to honor the location's historical significance as an African-American staffed facility during the segregation years of the early and middle 1900s. A task force on the issue recommended tearing down the aging facility and building a new, modern, improved facility in the same spot. It will cost $5 million more than the cost to relocate. The county board will vote on the issue at the end of May. Shamiso.
Right, and some sad news. Herman J. Obermeyer, who for a quarter century owned, edited, and published the Northern Virginia Sun, has passed away. Obermeyer died on May 11th at his home here in Arlington. He was 91 years old. The cause was a heart attack. He was known as Obie, and he bought the Sun in 1963. The Arlington-based newspaper published 6 days a week and had a circulation of about 20,000. He sold the Sun and its commercial printing subsidiary to an Ohio investment group in 1988. Today, the paper is part of the Northern Virginia group of Sun Gazette weekly newspapers. He's survived by 4 daughters, 11 grandchildren, and a great-granddaughter. Daniel?
In Shamiso, more than a dozen Arlington eateries have been included in Washington Magazine's list of the top 100 inexpensive restaurants in the D.C. area. Among them, Bayou Bakery, Cheesesteak, Pupatella, Ray's Hellburger, Yona, and Peter Chain. Congratulations goes out to all of them. And now we can't forget, it's that time. Yes, Adele, and
It's easy being green.
You know.
Hey, hello Arlington. Welcome to It's Easy Being Green, revealing the recycled Levi jeans. The fashion and apparel industry may be better known for consumerism and capitalism instead of sustainability and social responsibility. But Seattle textile technology startup Evernew and 163-year-old American icon Levi Strauss & Company partnered to create a recycling technology from the staples of your own wardrobe, t-shirts, and a pair of jeans. They just announced the first pair of jeans created from 5 discarded cotton t-shirts. And of course, our fun mascot here, Joe, is wearing those cool prototype special pair of 511s. This is the real deal, folks. Up to now, recycled clothing has usually involved downcycling, such as the waste house that I covered last June, where jeans ended up as insulation in a UK house. Evernew turned the notion upside down by starting with the clothing fiber. Using their patent-pending textile technology, Evernew figured out a way to not just shred the fabric, but fully dissolve and separate the various materials so it can be converted into new, high-quality fiber, which would then be used to make the jeans. The result is a prototype pair of jeans that uses 98% less water than it takes to make the same pair from virgin cotton. Everything starts with fiber in the garment industry. Whether it's synthetic fiber or cotton fiber, both use a tremendous amount of natural resources to create. Fashion is the second largest consumer of water. It takes 2,000 gallons of water to grow the cotton for and manufacture one pair of jeans. And manufacturing a cotton shirt needs another 660 gallons. Evernew aspires to use no virgin resources in the creation of their products and create no waste as a byproduct of the process. With the continual recycling of textile and garment waste, Evernew's process could ultimately start to replace the water-intensive cotton grown in the field with cotton saved from discarded clothes. This is a sustainable game changer for the industry. So Joe and I hope to be able to get our hands on a pair of recycled Levi's when they're available for purchase next year. Remember everyone, it's Easy Being Green, cheering for recycled Levi's.
It's so funny because Joe and you have jeans on. So
We wanted to celebrate this huge occasion by dressing down. I'm wearing the typical wardrobe here, t-shirt and jeans, my favorite. This is what I would like to wear to work every day.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh, thank you.
Now let's go on to our CBB stories for tonight. Well, Arlington's Ballet Nova will perform Kingdom of the Shades and other works from Friday, May the 20th to Sunday, May the 22nd. Performance is a segment of the famous ballet production of La Bayadère. The event will be at the Thomas Jefferson Community Theater at 125 South Old Glebe Road. It runs from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Visit their website, balletnova.org, for more information. Shamiso.
Thanks, Daniel. The Center for Inner Resource Development, North America, is inviting families to their Enlightened Living 2016 event. It's titled The Path of Inner Yoga and will be led by Swami Nirviseshananda. Okay, that was a tongue twister.
Long one. That was
yeah.
a tough one.
You need to shorten it.
I know, yeah. Tirtha from India. It will be held at Unity of Fairfax on 2854 Hunter Mill Road from May 20th to May 21st, starting at 6 p.m. Starting at 6 p.m. Daniel?
Thank you, Shamiso. And Arlington Public Schools is hosting a support staff recruitment fair on Thursday. That's May the 26th. It will run from noon to 4 p.m. at George Mason University's Law School in Founders Hall. They need school bus drivers, extended day team members, maintenance, custodians, and food and nutrition services team members. APS encourages people to fill out their online classified application before the event, and that's at apsva.us/careers. Shamiso.
Okay, so Shirlington-based Signature Theater is producing a timely performance. At a time when the controversial transgender bathroom laws are being enacted across the country, the theater is producing the gender-bending musical comedy La Cage aux Folles. The performance will run from May 31st to July 10th. Visit the site shown on your screen for details.
Great, and now let's go on to our senior stories. And unlike Craig, I don't have my senior glasses, but all I have to say is I still love you, Craig. Well, aging typical gives us concern about our cognitive health. As it turns out, all of the latest research suggests that we can regain and retain a healthy, effectively functioning brain at any age. We just need to know and do those things that are necessary to support brain function. To provide some of that information, Culpeper Garden is having a brain health fair on Thursday, that's May the 26th, from 12:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Norton Beckerman, author of A User's Guide to a Healthy Brain, will be there to discuss the effects of stress on memory and depression. There will be stations where you can learn about brain-healthy foods, why water and hydration are so important to brain function, and the need to continue learning the importance of physical activity and social interaction. And for those that like puzzles, there will be a Brain Stumpers. That's at Culpeper Garden Senior Center. That's on Thursday, May the 26th from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Call 703-228-4403 for more information. Very important event.
Definitely. And also on the subject of health, acupuncture is a timeless medicine for modern times. Join Rebecca Reynolds, nurse practitioner, for a discussion of how acupuncture works and what it works for. That's Friday, May 20th at 11 a.m. until noon at Arlington Mill Senior Center. Call 703-228-7369 for more information and to reserve your seat. Daniel?
Thank you, Shamiso. Well, extra large portions are everywhere. If you have muffin tins, you should know that they are for more than baked foods. Make measuring and planning easy with creative recipes from Virginia Cooperative Extension. Come and taste some of these delicious foods for yourself. That's Wednesday, May the 25th from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Aurora Hills. Call 703-228-5722 for more information. Shamiso.
Daniel, here's something you need to know about cholesterol. Cholesterol is found in every cell of your body, and it's important for certain body functions. It's naturally manufactured by our bodies and is also found in some of the foods we eat. If you have too much cholesterol, it can cause serious health problems. So join Marcia Roberts from Bright Star Home Care as she leads a discussion on cholesterol and how you can help control it. That's Thursday, May 26th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. Call them at 703-228-6300 for more information and to reserve your seat. Daniel? Oh, actually, it's not you. It's me introducing Miriam Gennari. She's interviewing Mike with Outdoor Lab, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari, and my guest today is Michael Nardolilli. Michael is the president and chairman of the Arlington County's Educational Association's Outdoor Lab. Thanks for being with me, Mike.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Mike, I have to begin by thanking you for all your years of dedicated service, and you know, you work in the profession. So thanks for your service. How long have you been helping?
The Arlington Outdoor Lab, about 15 years.
Wow.
I was a lawyer for about 18 years and decided I wanted to do something else with the second half of my life. And the Arlington Outdoor Lab and other nonprofits have been my cup of tea since then, and I'm very happy.
What's so exciting is that these professionals like yourself, you bring your expertise and your knowledge and how to get things done, and you've accomplished a lot in those 15 years. Tell me about some of the accomplishments you're most excited about.
A couple of things, and really the problems continue in a different I want to say that we were able to purchase 2 parcels of land to actually buffer the lab from development. The lab is located out in Fauquier County, and development is growing and following the lab out there. And so we want to try to provide a buffer around the 220-acre facility out in Broad Run, Virginia. And so we acquired these 2 parcels. So now we're up to 220 acres. Wow. And then also we built an animal lab building, which was a $750,000 project. Both are, I'm very, very proud of the land acquisition and the building. And also, though, we're still in that mode, though. We still want to acquire more land to buffer the outdoor lab, and we also want to build a new building for the Stryker Cottage, which is out there. So it's just more of the same, but we're very pleased with what we've done so far, but we're looking forward to the future.
And even though I think your goal is $500,000, which is really a drop in...
$50,000.
Oh, I want 500,000.
Well,
see, do you see how it's a drop in the bucket when you think about some of the things that we invest in?
Well, we want to raise, we want to net $50,000 from this event.
We need to net $50,000 from an upcoming event that you have, right?
On June 4th, we'll have it at the National Rural Electrical Cooperative Association from 7 to 10 p.m. And it's going to be a great party. It's going to be dancing through the decades. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary, 50 years of serving the Arlington County Public School kids.
Now, I have to say that for individuals who haven't had an opportunity, like parents that haven't gone to the outdoor lab, or just members of the community that don't have kids, talk to me about what an experience, all that acreage, the water, the trees, the animals, what kind of impact does that have on the students?
Oh, it has a lot of impact. Just being outside in an environment like the outdoor lab, where you have a large pond, a stream. We own 80% of the watershed of the stream, so it's a pure stream. Wow. Kids can go and do water quality analysis. They do survival skills training out there, and it's a fundamental change for many of these kids. One of them is Sam Norton, for example. Sam went out to the lab when he was in elementary school, fell in love with the place, wound up going to the camps that we offer during the summer. Then he was an Eagle Scout, and he came back to the lab to do an Eagle Scout project. He actually built the wetlands out there, and then went on to become an environmental scientist with PSI. And so you can see how his life had been fundamentally altered by his experiences at the outdoor lab.
Well, there's really not one subject that they cover in school that doesn't intersect with the work you do at the outdoor lab. History, science, certainly math, that's a big part of it.
Right, the whole STEM curriculum, but also kids, when they go out there and they have to build a tent, and with their schoolmates, and they have to then sleep in that tent overnight, they have to do a good job because it may rain that night. And so they learn self-discipline. They are much more confident of their abilities when they go out there. They have higher self-esteem. All of these things can be demonstrated by studies. And certainly the anecdotal evidence we have from the teachers is that when the kids come out to the outdoor lab, some of these kids blossom for the first time because they take on leadership roles and they do things like, oh, I know how to build a tent, and we can put up a tent. Things
boys
like that.
And girls alike, too.
Right, boys and girls come out there, and there's actually a stream, and the girls are on the one side and the boys are on the other, and we have chaperones from the parents come out, and they'll stay the night for the 5th grade overnights.
And sometimes they launch out on the boats.
Oh yes, we have kayaks and we have canoes, and we fish in the pond there, so kids can go fishing. They learn how to put a worm on a hook.
And make a fire?
And make a fire, right. So part of the survival skills training is that they have to catch animals, which are then released, but they get points for how many animals they collect. So there are these teams that compete against each other.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, I'm thrilled to be an Arlington resident, as I'm sure you are too. We invest in our parks. We have wonderful nature centers. Recently, Arlington Public Schools has started to invest in outdoor learning, but the outdoor lab is unique in that experience. So help us understand why it's so important to invest in this unique gem that we own.
Right. Phoebe Hall-Nippling in 1967, who was a science advisor for the school system, realized that the parks did not tell the whole story. And so they wanted a piece of property that would have a lot of animals and a lot of hands-on learning experiences out there. And I'm just amazed when kids get off the bus and they start running around, and then they look down and they see there's a frog there.
Yeah.
And they don't expect to see that because you don't see a lot of frogs in Arlington County parks, for example. But they also see a lot of bird life. They can document that. And like I said, just the ability to go fishing and boating, which is not something that you can do in Arlington either.
And then you offer those camps too, so it goes year round.
Right, and that's a really great experience for the kids.
So this event that you have coming up kicks off your 50-year anniversary. There's going to be events all year, but the one that we want people to attend is the one on June 4th.
That's correct.
Right, and that's for adults only.
Right, and it's we call it Dancing Through the Decades.
Dancing Through the
And
Decades.
it's designed to raise money for the capital needs of the Outdoor Lab, which is land acquisition, the buffering, and then also a new building for our Stryker Cottage. So somehow it just all keeps going. And so,
I think we can get this done. I think we can get this done. So
I
thank
think
you
we can.
so much for coming, Michael. I hope you'll come back and see me again.
I will do so.
Okay, definitely. And then I want to thank all of you for watching the Sustainable Scoop. And I ask that you help Michael and the rest of the team at the Outdoor Lab earn more than $50,000 at their upcoming event. That's a Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.
Judy, thanks to.
Excellent.
Great report. Thank you so much, Miriam, for that report. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Miriam.
Yep, and then also we want to thank Judy Masomny. Thank you so much, Judy. And a shout out to Dawn, Rich, and Craig. We miss you so much. Thank you. We hope to see him soon. Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And I also want to tell you about another story that we're working on, the Ballston closures. We're going to have a story on that. We also have an interview with Christian Dorsey coming up, and he will be talking about some of the new stores that will be opening as soon as the renovations are completed. It's going to be an interesting story.
Yeah.
How long is Boston Mall going to be closed for?
Well, Ballston Mall will be closed for 2 years, so it would include the bridge and then also many of the stores that are there as well. It's time for a renovation, and so they have a great plan, an extensive plan, and we'll be talking a little bit about that. But do you have any favorite shops over there at the Ballston Mall?
I have to admit, I haven't been to that mall in a while.
Oh, no.
I know, so
But-
I don't have a store. How about you, Shamizo?
For me as well. It's been a while, so I don't know that those stores are still there, but
I use the
Yeah.
parking garage.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why they want to renovate. I mean, they renovated in the early 90s, and now it's time for a renovation again. So they're going to be doing that, and in a couple of years, it's going to look great. They're going to have new apartments there,
Wow.
also new. It's going to be more kind of an entertainment kind of center for people.
that would be great.
They're going to get rid of the food court, which is unfortunate. And another thing that we're going to talk about too is an extensive report about how some of these owners, they've been there for years,
I know.
10, 15 years, and they're kind of mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be sad to see them leave. Some of them are going to have decided they're not going to do it any longer, which is it's very sad.
Yeah.
But in a couple of
Yeah.
years, it's going to look really nice.
Yeah.
And when is this all going to happen?
So the end of May, many of the leases will be finished. A lot of the stores now they've closed.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, in the end of May, the leases will end, and then that's when they're going to start working. There are going to be some locations that are open, like Riedel's, Sport and Health, the CVS, and then some other stores like Macy's as well.
Right.
Okay. I just hope it isn't too generic. I hope we have some things that make it a bit
Yes.
unique instead
Yeah,
of.
and I think that's the entertainment perspective. I think when they have that entertainment, that's going to make it kind of more unique compared to like Pentagon City,
Yeah.
Tyson's Corner. I mean, it's very hard to compete with those malls.
Yeah.
But again, we want to thank everyone for watching the Arlington Weekly News. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.